Glory to Ukraine, glory to brave Ukrainian army. Ukraine stands, Ukraine's fighting for the democracy in the whole world. Today I will show you very prominent beauty, rose beauty, Corail Gelee. This is one of my favorite varieties, and this is shrub bred by Japanese bred one. I am not sure who is the breeder, but this is definitely Japanese bred variety. And this variety, it impresses from different aspects, from different points. First of all, it has, or she has, very nice color. It's so deeply, intensely salmony pink, salmony coral color that is very noticeable, and you could spot it from far. In addition, the flowers of this variety, they are very big, they are very tight, and they are very full with petals. And although they are very full and very tight, they are not spoiled by the long-lasting humidity. They will still be opening, and after even a couple of days of humidity, the first day sun will come, or the first day at least dry weather will come. You will see how flower will start to be opened. Of course, outer petals, they could be touched by signs of long-lasting humidity. They could be spoiled a little bit, but in general, this will not influence the quality of the flower, quality of each flower, and as a result, quality of the cluster. And you will still receive or get or feel a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, a lot of positive emotions while watching this variety, while looking at her. You could see that this variety is used perfectly well for vase, for cutting, for floristic. Why? Because she is very long lasting from respect of blooming. From respect of life of each flower, of each separate flower. But in addition, of course, it's logical that wave or flush, it will be also long lasting, because each separate flower, it is very long on the bush. In addition, if there is very positive weather condition, or there are very positive weather conditions, this life of the flowers, life of the flush, it will be even longer than it could be while we have not so positive weather conditions. Flowers and this variety, it is very fragrant, it is very aromatic, and fragrance is very intense, very sweet, very comfort, I would say. And I love to smell this fragrance, and that's why maybe, or this is additional aspect for this variety to be cut and to be placed near the walking place, or near or at the place you spend a lot of time, because of her fragrance as well. As far as the life of this flower is very long, you could see and you could observe different stages of opening, and during all the stages, during all this period when flower is opened, the opening of this flower, it is very slowly, it's very gradual, and you could see how beautiful she is on every stage during all this process of opening, and how color a little bit transforms. It is not transformed very drastic, I would say, but a little bit. It will be, of course, at the beginning, it will be much more intense. It will be much more deeper, much more colored, maybe. And during the opening, the color will be a little bit, day by day, it will be a little bit lighter. And at the end of the blooming, color will be lighter, but not the drastically lighter. This will not be as from the different poles, of course. Color will still be pretty intense, but a little bit lighter than it was at the beginning. And all these shades, all these transformations, they are very, I would say, interesting. They are still floristic, they are still very pretty and nitty and gritty. Flowers, as far as I mentioned, they are very long lasting. So you could place into the vase, and you will definitely have at least week or even week plus of this beauty in your rooms or inside your house, or where you would like to have her this rose, this Corail Gelee variety rose. This shrub could reach up to 2 meters. I have not spotted this in my garden, but in my conditions, I have planted her in very sandy ground, in very sandy soil. Sorry, maybe that's why. That's why maybe she is 1.5 meters. But of course, if to plant into much more richer soil and to apply maybe much more intensely some applicable nutrition to her, she could reach 2 meters. But I would say that I don't want to see her 2 meters high. Why? Because she blooms at the end of the branches, and if this will be 2 meters, I could not smell her, I could not spot her as close as I could, as close as I want, because this variety you not only want to spot her from far, but you definitely want to come close, to take each separate flower into your arm, to observe her in details, to smell this amazing fragrance, to see this amazing color. And this flower, or this variety, she blooms in clusters. Clusters pretty rich. Not all the branches they end with clusters. No, some of the branches they could have only one flower at the end, but most of the branches they will end in cluster, and as a result, you will have already ready bucket per each branch. I have also spotted that if soil is not so rich as it could be, mostly sandy, right? And if not to apply adequate nutrition, the bush will not be so generous and as generous as it could be and as we want it to be. So it's of course preferable to plant her from the beginning into much more richer ground than sandy one, and to apply nutrition according to a calendar of works in the garden near our beautiful roses. In this variant or in this condition, you will receive much more generous bush, and I will try to I will try to fix this here in my garden during this season. And this variety, it motivated me to plant another one bush of the same variety, Corail Gelee, in order to have her for the cutting, because I was so impressed by these flowers. I was so impressed how she looks in the vase, that I decided to plant one more bush, and this bush will be solely for a vase for myself, for my favorite myself, of course, because we have to care about ourselves as well. Not to forget that we are a human, we are a women, and we deserve to have positive emotions. We deserve to have positive moments, and of course, not sure about you, about everyone, but about me, I could say that even some maybe simple flowers, not so maybe gorgeous as roses, but even some simple, some maybe annuals, perennials, etc. They also bring a lot of joy when I put them into the vase and place into my near my usual working place. Yeah, what to say in addition? In addition, I could say that this variety, it is susceptible to diseases. It could be at some period in time during the season, during the blooming season, the bush it could become bare, completely leafless, and this is not the most spectacular, of course, view. But after a period of being leafless, new leaves started to grow, and closer to the September, the bush will be with leaves and you. But during this leafless period, of course, this is not the most spectacular, not the most prominent view. So if you have an ecological garden, organic garden, a natural approach, I am not sure whether this plant will impress you, but I also have ecological approach. I do not apply pesticides. I apply only biological pesticides or organic pesticides, and I must admit that I don't have any issues with this variety. I am not irritated by the view of bare branches. I am not irritated by view of bare bush only ending with flowers. This works good for me, and I just concentrate on the beauty, not on the disadvantages, but on advantages. And how could not we concentrate on this beauty if it is a perfect one? So nice colors, so nice shade of the color, so deep color, so perfectly formed flower, so long-lasting flower, so perfectly smelling flower. A lot of advantages, a lot of positive aspects I could highlight, and of course you could highlight your aspects. Whether you have this variety, or maybe whether you have investigated some information about this variety and you have thought about planting her. Please share your thoughts, share your impressions, share all the impressions this variety brings to you while you have her. Whether this is some maybe a triangle or some massive planting, or you have planted her as a central accent in your garden. By the way, it could be, she could be planted as a central accent in your garden, because this is definitely very nice looking, and this variety could serve as a central accent of your garden. You could plant her near a front door, of course, because when you go outside, you see this beauty, you want to come close, you want to smell her, and of course to get all these positive emotions. You could combine her with any color. I think this could play a little bit with emotions, yeah, because you could plant her with some maybe beige one, and this will be pretty cold, I would say, a cluster, pretty cold place. You could combine her with some green, maybe green or greenish shades, and this will be also cold. You could combine her with yellow, and this will be very, very soft place in your garden. Yeah, any combination, they would work well. Of course, we have different tastes and we have different visions on combination of colors, on combination of flowers, on combination of varieties, and this is very good, because all the gardens, as a result, all the gardens are unique, and it's very interesting to see the variance of combination, and every person could be inspired by some ideas, right? You inspire me, I inspire someone else, and this is very good from the inspiration point of view. Yeah, thank you for listening. A lot of words, a lot of impressions, a lot of emotions, because such variety she could not live without any emotion, right? She could not leave us emotionless. She definitely deserves a lot of words about her. She definitely deserves a lot of praise about her, and a lot of attention from us to this variety. Thanks. Till the next video. Stay safe and bye.